Hello friends, I'm Champion Mahipal. Today we are going to learn about how to write our first Java program and how to compile and run this. So here I have created one simple Java program which I am going to explain you how we can create a simple program. First of all, we know that in Java we write every program in classes. So here I have created one class that is hello. For creating any class, you have to use the keyword class, then the name of the class. For writing the name of the class, you should write the name as the work done by this. By using this class, I want to print hello. So I am giving the name hello to this. Okay. Then here I have give the class name hello and then started the class. Then in the class I have to create the main function which is by default called by the JVM to run our program. Okay, so here I have created my main function, that is main, and its return type is void. I have written main with its return type void. Before this I have used two keywords, one is static and another is public. So why I have used these two keywords, that is public and static? I have used public because JVM is going to call my main function in the JVM which is outside the class and package. Okay, so it is need to be public so that it can be run outside my class. Okay, so that is why I have to create my main function public every time. Then static. Why I have created my main function static? We will learn about static functions in our future lectures, but the reason is that the JVM by default calls the main function by writing the name of the class. Here we have name hello, then dot operator, then main. So static function can be called by using the dot operator with the class name. So JVM call main like this, so we have to make the main function static. Okay, so that is why we have written here public, then static, then void, then main. Then the string argument is pass. If we need to pass the command line arguments, then we have to use this. If we don't want to pass the arguments, you have to simply leave this blank. Okay, here I have not passing any argument, but this is the syntax. If you want, you can. Okay, then in the main, what I have done, I just want to write hello. Here I have written the command system.out.println. You can also use system.out.print. We will learn the difference between print and println, but today we are just going to simply write the hello Java. I will also explain you how the system.out.println works. Then in the brackets you have to write what you want to print on the screen within the double quotes. Here I am writing hello Java, so it will get print on the output screen, then closing the main function and then the hello class. Here is our first program. So now we have to save this with the .java extension. I am saving this in the G folder and then G drive and then in the Java folder with the same name of my class. It is a good practice to save the file with the same name as you have given in the class name, and save as type all files and then save. Now we have saved the hello.java file. Now you have to open the command prompt by clicking on the start, and then in the run you have to write cmd command prompt, and then this command prompt will be open. Then you have to reach on the path where you have saved the file, backslash to come on the home directory, then changing the directory, I am save it in the G, and then cd.java. Then I need to compile my file. So how can I compile this? For compiling this I have to write java c. Java C for compiling this. Java C is by default saved in the Java JDK bin folder, but I have set the path in the path variable, so I don't need to do anything extra. I can just simply call Java C. Java C for compiling, and then the name of the file hello.java. Okay, it gets compiled. If there is some error, it will show here. Then after compiling, the dot class file is created. So I am going to show you it is created here, hello.java and hello.class. So dot class file is created. Now we have to run this file. For running we have to write java then hello. Okay, when you will press enter, it will write hello space java. This is the output of our program. Okay, so this is about how we can create our first Java program. Thank you very much. Hello friends, I am Champion Mahipal. Today we are going to learn about how to create our program using NetBeans IDE. So first of all we need to create the project. For this we need to click on this button, or by using file menu we can create new project. So I am clicking on this. Then you have to select the Java application, Java. Okay, and click on the next. Then give the name of your project. I am writing here hello. Okay, and it will create a main class for you, hello.hello. Okay, then click on finish. Simply it will create a new project with the main class for you, and you have to just simply use this. Here is our main class and the package where you have to just write your codes and then run this. Very simple procedure. Here is our public class hello. It is written in package hello, which we have given the name, and then this is main. Okay, and here we have to write the code. This works, Java works in the classes. So this public class hello is created, and then this in this we have created, it has created the main functions with default argument string of string type. It is used to pass command line arguments, and main has no return type, so it is void. And static and public are used. Public because it is called in the JVM machine, and static because it calls the main with the hello.main. So it should be static so that JVM can call this. Here we have to just print system dot out dot println and this, and here I am writing hello. Very simple. Okay, then I am saving this, and to run this you have to just click on the run button. Here hello is written, and this is our first program using NetBeans IDE. Very simple to use, but programmers should not use this for learning because it is not a good practice. Okay, but after you become the good programmer you can use this for creating your large projects. In the future lectures I will use the notepad, and you can, if you are using the NetBeans IDE, then you can only write the middle code or the code which is written in the main here and can run this. Okay, thank you very much. Hello friends, I am Champion Mahipal. Today we are going to learn about how the statement system.out.print or println works. So the system written here is a class. Okay, so first of all we write the name of the class system, then we write out. So what is out? The system class contains one static object out. Okay, it is not a class, it is an object. It is a static object. Static is called with the dot operator. Okay, we will learn about static in our future lectures. So out is a object of print stream class. So when we write system.out, it calls system class, and then the out object, static out object, which is object of print stream class. Okay, then print stream class contains two static functions. These are println and print functions. So as these functions are static, we can call them with the dot operator. Okay, so when we call system.out, system calls the dot out. Out is object of print stream class, and then we call dot print or println, which are the static functions of print stream class. So using this procedure we can call the print or println class. Okay, thank you very much. Hello friends, I am Champion Mahipal. Today we are going to learn about the difference between the print and println function. So with the help of this example we are going to know the difference. In this I have created one class with the name difference, and in the main I have written three statements. In the first statement I have written system.out.println, then I have written hello Java. Then in the other two statement I have used system.out.print and hello Java. Okay, so in the first statement I have written use println, and in the next two I have used print. In the println, the break will be done after the end of the text, means after it will write hello Java, and after Java it will go to the next line. But in the print statement it doesn't go to the next line. This is the basic difference between the println and print function. So now let us look at its output so that we can clearly find the difference. I have saved this with the name difference.java, and I am going to run this in the command prompt cg then java. Then I am compiling this with the difference.java. Okay, now this is compiled and I am going to run this difference. Here is the difference. First we have used println, which writes hello Java and then brings the cursor to the next line. Then in the print it writes hello Java, and then the third writes hello Java, and there is no break of line. This is the main difference between the println and print function. Thank you very much.